Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast where transformation truly begins. Step into the extraordinary world of Tong Ren, a revolutionary distance healing technique that's breaking barriers and uniting an international community of hope and healing. Whether you're seeking profound relief, a spark of renewal, or a deeper, more meaningful connection to your healing journey, you're in the perfect place to begin. Here we'll share life-changing testimonials, actionable insights, and inspiring stories to empower and uplift your Tong Ren practice and experience. This is your space to grow, to heal, and to discover the limitless potential within you. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and let's embark on this incredible journey of transformation together. Hello everyone, and welcome to our episode. Great to have everybody here today. We have a big topic, a question I get a lot. Exactly what is distance healing? And there are different kinds. Tong Ren, which is our own type of distance healing, used to open a blockage. There's distance healing using cranial sacral therapy. That's another mode that can be done at a distance. Another one is Reiki, and an additional one, and there are so many of them, using crystals as a medium for distance healing. So Tong Ren is where you are doing distance healing from one place and the recipient can be thousands of miles away. Our goal with Tong Ren, of course, is to open a blockage primarily focused on the bioelectricity or the areas of the spine that deal with the nerves. But how do we do it at a distance? Because the TAM healing system can be done in three ways: acupuncture, Tong Ren distance healing, as well as bodywork or Asian bodywork tuina massage therapy. But Tong Ren is special. We can actually focus on a patient thousands of miles away. So exactly how does that work? Well, here's a specific definition of what this is about. Distance healing intention therapies. They are intentional healing modalities to transcend the usual constraints of distance through space and time. So from a philosophical perspective, this comes to the idea of oneness, that there is no separation. Therefore, it's like somebody is in front of us or thousands of miles away. Another way to look at it is almost from a European perspective to explain how Tong Ren works is with our intention. This is an intention type of therapy. In our conscious mind, we think of very specific target points. For example, T3, which is thoracic 3 on the spine for the lungs. Our goal is to open a blockage on that area. So through distance healing, we would focus on that area and send energy to open a blockage. But what is the pathway? It starts with our mind and starts with our intention. Our thoughts go to what can be called the collective unconscious. Some people call it the Akashic record. But in a specific healing modality, such as Tong Ren, there is a very specific morphic field, or a collective unconscious area, morphogenic field, that we access. Everybody that does Tong Ren contributes to this field because we are literally on the same page of consciousness contributing our energy. So this is what is understood as brainwave entrainment, because in our mind we have that opening of a blockage, a specific frequency. On the recipient, they have a chaotic frequency. So when we put those two together, they harmonize each other out and create a healthy frequency. And we can focus very specific points, which is the superpower of Tong Ren, very specific target areas to create brainwave entrainment, send energy, and send it down. So if additionally you can think of the morphic field as a battery, which we can access. In many ways in traditional history, such as religions, there are icons or images that millions of people have looked at. What does it mean to look at something? It means you are sending your intention or your focus. It is making an imprint in your mind, in your consciousness. So a religious symbol may have had millions or billions of people looking at that energy, and guess what? That creates that religious symbol or that religion morphic field, and we continue to support it. We've learned through Tong Ren that as time has gone by, more and more healing can be accelerated by more and more people participating in the process. So that is, according to Carl Jung, what we call the collective unconscious. So in our mind, we focus and we connect to the collective unconscious, and then we, in many ways, transmit energy to a very specific point, such as L3 for the lungs or T8 for the pancreas, and so on. So we have a very specific set of points. Another way to look at it is from a quantum biology perspective. This is also another way to look at it in terms of transmission of biophotons. So what is quantum biology? Quantum biology is where everything is basically analyzed or understood through the perspective or the lens of particles, such as electrons, protons, neutrons. All of these different things are particles which we can quantify. But science has shown that biophotons, which are biological light, they can be transmitted between two people, again, regardless of a distance. Science has shown that if two people aren't familiar with each other, they may be exchanging 25 biophotons per minute. If they are friends or family, maybe 100 or 1,000 or 10,000. If it is a loving couple, again, we're going to talk about this in a moment, about connected by the heart of love and compassion, there may be an exchange of 1 million biophotons per minute. So that is a specific transmission. So it's important to understand the difference between light photons and biophotons. Quantum biology teaches us that biophotons have biological information, and that information can be communicated to other parts of the body, to the brain, and to other people. Science has shown that intention is a way we transmit biophotons. So that's how we can do it from a quantum biology perspective. Another perspective is from Buddhism. In Buddhism, we understand the concept of oneness. What does that mean? That's such a vague way to explain our existence. But in many ways, it means that there is no separation. We're all interconnected by a field. And in many ways, there is instantaneous transmission from one person to the next. In quantum biology, that is called entanglement. So, but in Buddhism, that is the connection through the heart of compassion to explain how we actually can transmit information. I've learned from my own experience through the years that if someone has dedicated themselves to service, that means that they have a heart of compassion. That means they are opening the channel of compassion, which is a channel that connects all of us through compassion and love. The absolute truths, the ideas of oneness, that which connects all of us together. There is no separation. It is a concept which transcends all religions. It means that all religions have this high level, high vibration, high frequency understanding and consciousness. So therefore, all religions, if you go one step above, they all share the same idea of consciousness, universal compassion, and love. In healing, that is how we actually focus on transmission amplification. That's how we do it. So we can amplify healing, love, compassion, and transmission. If you think of a couple of good examples of, say, distance healing. Number one, I always talk about home team advantage. What does that mean? From a logic perspective, it doesn't really mean that there are more people in the stand at a home game because the team is independent of the audience. But is it independent of the audience? In many ways, the collective conscious idea of the team and the fans is connected. It creates more energy. So that is what I equate home team advantage. When a whole bunch of people, just like in the healing modality, when a whole bunch of people are focused on the same thing at the same time, they create energy. They support the enhancement of a field of energy. So these are the things we can think about in terms of quantum biology or Buddhism or all of these different things. So we want to express the love of compassion, the heart of compassion for other people. I'm sure people listening to us today have thought about, received, or performed prayer. What is prayer? In many ways, that's a healing consciousness. It's the idea that through no attachment, through selfless giving, we want to focus on helping someone to reduce their suffering. That is the ultimate goal of our healing. Number one rule always, to reduce suffering, be unattached, and with Tong Ren, which is a distance healing that focuses on blockages in the central nervous system, we actually have a distance healing technology. We know we can focus on a very specific point to open a blockage to perform a very specific task. So how does it work? It works because when we open a blockage in the body wisdom is engaged. The flow of energy goes to what we call the brain wound connection. If it's blocked, the brain can't speak to something, let's say the liver. The liver will not get communication. It will not get a message to do work. It will start to atrophy. Just as if we were in a hospital bed for a month, not moving, our muscles will atrophy. It doesn't get the message, such as movement or massage, to do work. So this is where we want to focus. Like prayer and all these different things, it will start to open up the brain wound connection that through the bioelectrical nervous system, telling the brain to tell the kidneys, get to work, do work. The kidneys will start to respond. It will also increase something from a biological, quantum biology perspective, which is what we call easy water. So there is a system around the nerves called the perineural system that has water or liquid in it. In our bodies, we have easy water or fourth phase of water. So what happens is if we increase the bioelectrical flow or remove a blockage, we allow more of this easy water or this charged water throughout all of our cells to be more charged. And guess what? More charge, more flow. This is the same for all of our blood vessels as well as the meridians, which is biophotons flowing through the quantum nanotubes of the fascia. That's a lot to say, but basically the meridians are little tubes of energy, also full of biophotons, the same thing we transmit when we do distance healing. So I always tell people as well, we can do distance healing at a distance for people, but remember our mind, yi dao qi, as we say in Chinese, the mind leads the qi, or the mind leads the biophotons. We can lead it to someone at a distance, or we can lead it through the meridians, because we can lead the biophotons through the meridians as well as another type of healing. But our primary focus is opening a blockage on the central nervous system. 80% of our blockages are on the spine from C1 to C7, T1 to T12, L1 to L5, S1 to S5. So those are all of our blockage. And guess what? Those are usually blocked because of stress. That is the sympathetic nervous system. So to summarize, with our conscious mind, we can focus our intention sending biophotons either, as we understand, through brainwave entrainment or entanglement, in many ways the same thing, amplified by our heart of compassion to open a blockage on the central nervous system in the Tam healing system and Tong Ren to unleash the brain wound connection and all of the resources. The most important resources of our body are innate in our body itself, not from external sources such as supplements, drugs, and all those different things. The biggest resource is to open a blockage and unleash the resources of our very own bodies. That's where the magic really happens. And that's what distance healing can do. Regardless of the distance between the people, we can open a blockage, unleash body wisdom, unleash all the amazing, miraculous resources of the body to heal. It is built to heal. It's a complex device, but it is built to heal, built to fix things. The key is to remove a blockage and in many ways get out of the way for the really important work to happen. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you next time. Bye now. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Tap Into Tong Ren, Stories of Healing and Change podcast. I'd love to know, what did you think? Did you have any aha moments? What got you fired up? Did this episode make you more curious about this healing world, or make you think differently about specific topics and hopefully expand your awareness? Let us know your feedback and always feel free to contribute and share your own ideas and recommendations. Let us know what is your possible personal experience in this area. Think about what you heard that got you most excited. Figure out how you can ignite that fire by taking a first step or going deeper into your own practice. This is your nudge for you to question what you have heard from us, for you to question what you've heard from others, and above all, get to the truth that you need in order to be empowered and excited about your practice and your own health. Question things and get out of your comfort zone and start making things happen. If you have questions, reach out to the community. Also, we have lots of resources like online courses and live workshops to support you. Once again, thank you for thinking about us and listening to our Tong Ren Community podcast. Stay tuned for our next episode of Tap Into Tong Ren, Stories of Healing and Change. We hope to continue to empower, inspire, and uplift people on their journey to optimum health. Join us each time and let's take charge of our health and share this important information with the world.